Hello, my name is Andrew Thake from Minds and Money. Delighted to be joined today by James Hesketh, who's Chief Executive Officer and President of Viva Gold. Delighted to have you with us today, James.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. Pleasure to be here.
James, not all of our viewers will be familiar with Viva Gold. Can you just give us a quick overview about the company?
Yeah, Viva Gold is a Nevada-focused exploration and development company. Our primary project is the Tonopah Gold Project just outside of the town of Tonopah on the Walker Lane Trend in western Nevada. So that's our primary focus today.
Okay. And then in terms of, to give us a little bit more about the background about the project, can you tell us a little bit about the geology?
Yeah, it's a typical epithermal gold deposit. We're about a half-hour's drive south of the Kinross Round Mountain mine in the same lithology and structural package. It's got two primary rock types, older Ordovician age argillite overlain by tertiary, quite young tertiary volcanics. And the project enjoys a, two bimodal grade system. By what I mean there is that there's two different grade populations. One's a high grade, one's a low grade. And most of our highest grade material is actually closest to surface. So there's a high grade starter pit opportunity on this project, and that was clearly defined in our preliminary economic analysis. And that drives a very rapid capital payback. We have right now, 2/3 of our resource base is measured and indicated, and we see quite a bit of exploration upside for the project.
Mm-hmm. So if investors choose to invest into Viva Gold and they come on board as investors, what kind of what sort of like upcoming milestones can they expect over the course of the next 6 to 12 months?
Yes, we just finished a 16-hole drilling program. It was a reverse circulation program. We're still waiting on the assays. So there's going to be a stream of assay results coming out over the next 2 months. In addition, we announced about 2 weeks ago a updated metallurgical results, which demonstrates that we can get on our higher grade population of gold, which is about 50% of the deposit, up to a 91% gold recovery. And then on the lower grade mineralization, about a 70%, and this is in a heap leach with pulp agglomeration scenario. And we're doing confirmatory metallurgy to follow that up. In addition, we've embarked on a pretty aggressive program of completing our baseline environmental study work. We have submitted recently to the Bureau of Land Management our wildlife and biologic studies. No red flag issues seen to date on any of that. We've completed 8 of our 10 geochemical tests. Again, no deleterious elements determined. Very little potential for acid drainage or anything of that type. And then the real game plan is once we have the assay results from the current drill program, we'll move ahead into a PEA, update our resource, and use the PEA as a scoping document to move into pre-feasibility, feasibility type work right after that. So that would be in the spring of 2023, and use that footprint from the feasibility work to initiate the formal permitting process, environmental impact statements with the government.
Mm-hmm. So you've got really interesting project, really great geology, and obviously fantastic world-class jurisdiction. Can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Yes, my personal background, I've been in the mining industry over 40 years now. I'm a graduate as a mining engineer and mineral economist, both from Colorado School of Mines. I've worked for both major companies as well as junior companies, and I've put about 8 mines into development in my career. Our real space that we're occupying in Viva is to take exploration projects forward through the development process and into either production through construction or to sell the asset at a premium. So really that's our game plan as a company. Mm-hmm. And my board and myself, we're all focused on that type of direction.
Mm-hmm. And who are some of your key board members and key members of your management team?
Yeah, Chris Harold, our chairman, very experienced geologist with a strong background in project development as well as discovery. Very savvy geologist. Andy Boland. Andy was formerly director of operations for Barrick Gold North America. In that role, all of the mines and mills in Barrick in the US and Canada reported to Andy. So really strong executive experience in both engineering and operations. We have David Whittle, excellent background in junior company CEO and CFO roles. He's head of our audit committee. We have Ted Mahoney, who was former chief geologist at the Kinross Round Mountain Mine and business development manager for Barrick Gold North America also. So again, very strong knowledge of the region and the projects in the region. And so really that's a good, strong team of mining professionals that we have behind us. You know, in operations, I've got my head geologist, Ed Bryant. He's been working in the Nevada field for about 30 years now. We have a very experienced permitting expert, Todd Lewis. He was former closure manager for Barrick and has about almost 40 years experience in environmental permitting in the Western US. So these are the type of people it takes to really bring a project forward. And when we reviewed the Tonopah Project, we acquired it in 2017. We saw in it the potential to be a mine, and very few projects actually have that potential.
Mm-hmm. So you've got fantastic world-class management team with proven track records. Can you tell us a little bit about who your key shareholders are?
Yeah, we have 2 major shareholders. Dundee Resources, which is the chunk Dundee Goodman owns just under 20% of the company. RAB Capital out of the UK has about 18%. Myrmikan Gold Fund in Connecticut, they own about 6%. Pontillas Partners out of Minnesota, they have about 9%. So we have a very strong institutional underpinning in this company. And these are all groups, by the way, that have their own due diligence teams, teams of mining professionals that saw the upside in our project.
Yeah, you've got some really great, well-known investors on board there. Just one final question. Obviously, Mines and Money this year is very important with regards to discussing ESG and sustainability. What are your ESG credentials?
Well, at this point, as an exploration and development company, our primary focus is on doing realistic and supportable baseline study work on the environment and local community. The Bureau of Land Management has a checklist of 36 different baseline studies they like to see completed to their satisfaction prior to initiating an environmental impact statement study. And that checklist goes everywhere from social justice to wildlife studies and everything in between. So our basic commitment right now is working with our local, state, and federal regulators. It's quite a list, to ensure that we've got all of the underpinning studies available to support a low impact operation moving forward.
Well, we do really wish you and the Viva Gold team all the best. Thank you very much for your time. That was James Hesketh, President and Chief Executive Officer with Viva Gold.
Thank you very much, Andrew.